And now we've got our Final Four. Winners Finals, Toon versus Yaura. And then in Losers Finals, Ouch versus Ashimo. The #1 seed is on the loser's side already.
Yes, yes, that's true. And the #1 seed is running into a white-hot Ouch.
That's true.
White-hot. Yeah, and this is a spot where going into this matchup, Toon has got to be a little bit careful because in Losers, should Ouch continue that white-hot run, awaits a player who is looking to be one of the best in the world at counterplaying Steve. Ouch has been so good against Steve.
So you definitely have to be careful if you're Toon in this matchup because this could be kind of the determining factor of whether or not you get second or whether you get third, right?
Yeah,
it's just whether or not you can beat Yaura and get to Grand Finals. Of course, that's not where we're thinking about. Of course, we're looking for the gold. We're trying to get straight there. And we're starting off really, really cold. This is going to be a slow one.
Yes, yes, it definitely is. This is one where Samus does have a lot of solid tools to pressure Steve. Generally against Steve, that mid-range, that strong kind of just outside of dash range is what's really effective, and that's where you're going to pressure him from being able to just build and set things up so much. So we do see Samus's have decent results against Steve. We've seen Icy Mist do very solid against a lot of the Steves out in the Midwest. So we'll see if Yaura can kind of bring some of that same success.
It's funny that you say that because Toon actually just beat Icy Mist to make it into Grands and Over the Edge just last week.
Wow, okay. Okay, so Toon is feeling very comfortable against Samus as of late.
And you can see it right there, taking the first stock, playing it slow, still keeping it a buck, just really, really pumping the brakes whenever neutral is happening. And when you have Yaura at ledge, pressure, pressure, pressure.
Yeah, the pressure's been unrelenting so far as Toon now has Yaura in the corner. Blocks be damned. I don't need him right now. Toon's going to get up in your face, but Yaura swings effectively from disadvantage. That's one thing that has been the bread and butter for Yaura so far in this tournament, as far as I've seen, is very effective disadvantage transitioned quickly into dominant advantage.
Insane. You would believe, I mean, I have a hard time believing these two have never played each other before. This is their first set against each other.
Yeah, these two have both been mainstays of Ultimate in respective eras, right?
In their respective regions, too.
Yes, yes. Toon has kind of been very, very quickly on the come up as of late. Yaura has kind of been around Ultimate forever. So these two in their first matchup, definitely not feeling uncomfortable. They're familiar. Whoa, charge shot, F smash. How often do you see that, Kevin?
I guess as often enough as it works, which is rare. Insane that connected charge shot does confirm into so many options, but being close enough to hit F smash is such a rare rarity.
Yes, and it's a rarity so much so that you know Yaura has it in the back of the mind, and whenever it comes out, it's got to be a nice breath of fresh air. You don't have a lot of ways to take stocks at 60 at Samus.
Oh, charge shot still connects. It's so difficult whenever Steve has such horrible jump height to jump over charge shot. So if you can create that distance where blocks aren't on the table, charge shot can provide a lot of value. And Yaura's been doing such a good job somehow of getting around these blocks.
Yeah, I was going to say conversely, it's very difficult for Samus to get around that one block wall where you have to place it so perfectly so that the charge shot doesn't just get eaten by the wall. Ooh, a nice extension there for Toon. A big lead for Yaura is now basically a dead even game. On this platform is Toon. The pressure has been very solid, and yeah, no iron on deck. Very limited materials. Yaura, though, kind of relinquishes stage for a moment. Let's Toon recoup.
We ran out of pickaxe, and you need that kill power whenever you are at this last stock, last hit situation. Yeah. So we pulled out the gold pickaxe. We still have the diamond axe available, but the gold pickaxe should provide just enough kill power to take out Samus. However, we don't have any iron on deck, and an SD is how we're going to lose game one of Winners Finals.
Of all the ways to do it. You think we see Steve off stage, the blocks are coming out, we're seeing some patient, calm gameplay, this interaction is going to take another 5-10 seconds to unfold, and all of a sudden, the miscue on the up B is all it takes.
That's what happens when a Steve loses iron, man. They just lose their mind.
Yep.
Now, that was just an unfortunate misinput, I believe, and tough way to start for Yaura taking game one.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you want to see, but I think as Yaura, you got to have some level of confidence that you were going to close that out anyways. You had Toon in the corner. The options were super limited at that point, very limited materials. So Yaura was feeling very confident, and I wouldn't necessarily call that an unforced error. You know what I mean? Samus has a lot of ways to kind of rain hellfire below the ledge, be it bombs, be it a down smash or a charge shot that can sometimes clip below. So you're definitely making Toon nervous with your presence there. So Yaura's got to feel pretty good about it still.
Setting it into game two, we're going back to small battlefield. No reason to fix what isn't broken. Yeah. And Steve going to PS2, likely banned in this situation.
Yeah, that would make sense. That makes sense. You don't want to give up a lot of iron, and we saw situations like in that last game is a big reason why PS2 is going to get banned, is because we don't see Steve being able to be dominant at the end of these games with all the iron on deck. Bang.
Yaura is looking to take this first game lead, continue to transition it, pressure at ledge. It's where you like to be as Samus, and you can deal with the planking with the low hitbox of that up tilt.
That's what I was mentioning earlier. Samus has so many options to put on pressure down there. You're not as safe as you can sometimes be. Neither are you safe in the air. That air dodge gets caught by Yaura.
Called out in cold blood.
Right?
Yaura not holding on to the lead for long. We got some up tilt, no combos, up smash, returns the favor.
Ooh, good spot dodge there from Toon. Aware that the only option after the dash back is that pivot grab. So just spot dodging on reaction. That's great stuff from Toon, and that's big damage for Yaura. It's going to be an F tilt. Yaura's extensions off this charge shot.
That's cute. That, like, speaking of, Ajima, that looks like a Shakunetsu tech chase where you just send the charge slot and it covers every tech option, except it hurts harder.
It hurts a lot harder, and you get big follow-ups off it. It's the craziest stuff.
Okay, breaking the walls.
Yeah, I like charge shot there just to destroy blocks and put Toon up against the wall there.
Yeah, create that pressure. Even if it's not the best tool for breaking blocks, it's good to sometimes let rip to keep Toon uncomfortable.
Look at the mix there from Yaura. The jab one, you think it's going to be a grab, turn around, you think it's going to be a charge shot, it's not. Everything you think, I've already thought. F-tilt almost taking the stock, and again, no mats on the side of Toon.
No mats, no resources at all. We can't even create but just one block on the return, and so Toon has no mix-up and disadvantage. Yaura closes it cleanly.
Yaura is playing some textbook constrictive gameplay. There is not a safe spot on the map for Toon.
Gets right behind the wall, and Toon says, okay, I'm going to hold that one, toss you off stage, get through this wall now. The roll does come through, red out, but Toon gets return fired. That up B out of shield is so difficult to deal with.
Dang, speaking of difficult to deal with, that charge shot is everywhere right now for Yaura. Toon hasn't been able to find the blockades on it that we sometimes see. A lot of the time, whoa! Just neutral get up into the F smash, doesn't connect.
Toon reacting on camera because the read was right, but the timing was wrong.
Yeah.
Full stock down. Yaura off stage. Toon has quite a bit to make up for with, again, very few mats to his name, but just the last little bit of the iron.
Ooh, little back air connects, not quite gonna do it. Yaura, after losing that stock to something that he's gotta feel a little silly for, coming in, staying cool, the confidence, charge shot, just chasing down options.
I saw the back air, I saw it.
Me too, I did not see him pull the trigger though. No connection off of it, stuck at ledge, that down tilt threatening to end it yet again. I love when Yaura just pulled that out.
No mats available, and Toon is choosing not to mine, right? We don't have any pickaxe available, and you were able to just barely pull out the diamond even with no pickaxe available.
Whoa.
No way you're getting to your crafting table. Yaura dashes straight through it and takes Toon off the top.
Weak hit, dash attack is going to take it. Just not ready for the proper DI on that, you know what I mean? That's one of those where it's quote-unquote bad DI, because you can't realistically be ready to DI it properly. You have to be pretty anticipatory, and if you're not ready to get hit, you're going to lose that stock.
Yaura up 2-0. The ult rank number 31 player up against South America's #1, currently not ranked because this is, like we talked about, Toon's kind of start into international travel. This whole year has been his international travel breakout. So he's finally getting some big wins. He's finally getting himself at these kind of big super major events.
Yeah.
That's where he's going to see kind of ranking next year. So we don't have a good baseline other than we know this guy is #1 in South America.
Yeah, I would like to see when that ranking comes because you know he's going to get ranked. I'm excited to see how high it is because Toon has really had a crazy breakout. We've seen him be, at least in this tournament, one of the most patient Steves I've seen. He plays very composed.
Patience is the name. Okay.
Okay, counter pick.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Okay, counter pick.
Okay, pause.
New technology.
Big battlefield. I know we're talking about experimenting with new stages. This is not one that I thought was going to be part of the rotation.
Hey, wouldn't have been my first pick, but we'll throw it out there.
You saw it, Hungry Box, right?
Yeah, right?
Toss this one into your next tournament.
Yeah, throw out the clip. We'll see it. Yeah, the next cash box has Isabel banned, and we're playing on large battlefield. The most random characters. It's on PictoChat. Hazard's on.
Going to small battlefield again, just continuing to run it back. Yaura feeling comfortable. Toon not thinking that a mix-up is going to assist the gameplay in any way. And like you said, Toon is a very patient player, so you want to go to a stage where patience is rewarded. And small battlefield is probably what is left after the bans in terms of stages where you can play neutral.
Yeah, that's a tough spot for Toon because, especially that first game, you don't feel like the stage is the issue. You lose a stock off stage early on. And ever since then, it's just been Yaura dominance! Bomb into a down air. This Yaura guy knows a thing or two.
Let's clip that one. Oh my God.
Yeah, James, write that one down.
Yeah, oh my God. What an explosive start. Yaura just finds every tech read into a final confirm, spiking off the edge and making a statement. Toon not giving up so easily, swatting back, but you got a mind, bro.
Yeah, right. And it's one of those things where it's easy as Yaura right now to get too much dip on your chin, right? You don't want to let the sauce consume you at this moment. You just had a great start. Don't get overzealous. Play your game. Stay consistent.
Swatting out with the back here, just playing that slow game. Got to get Diamond out, please. It's stock 2. I need at least 1 Diamond before I can start to make some stuff happen.
Yeah, right?
Yaura not letting it go, though.
Yeah, Yaura trying to press the issue, but at this point to less and less success as the game goes on. And that's exactly why. Toon's got a big zone. Do not step into it, Yaura.
Still staying alive, 135%. We know that Samus is heavy. Dark Samus just as heavy. But look at that pressure above the platform to make Toon uncomfortable. So he backs up, sends the empowered minecart through. Yaura's first stock goes down.
One thing I'm loving about Toon is his ability to find the perfect timing on these minecarts. A lot of the times we see them use almost as like a Captain Falcon would use a Raptor boost. We see it to just cut through a neutral and just like take a stock with being a confirm for Raptor boost or just straight up off the minecart like Steve does. Yeah, Toon has been placing these side Bs very well.
Yeah, as long as you don't trade with an empowered charge shot, you can trade with many other options, but not with a well-placed back air hitting just above the minecart and clotheslining Steve.
Yeah, that is phenomenal spacing on Yaura. That back air alone does not beat that minecart. You have to put it right on Steve's brain. Oh, wait a minute.
What an F-tilt. Starting ledge pressure right now. Neutral get up was covered, but again, just not quite timed just right. Toon swatting his way back to center. Yaura saying, don't pull out that minecart, think twice.
I love these landing up airs. They're such a good way for Yaura to cover platform space, but also get an extension. Nice opening for Toon, but just gets the DI wrong. And now in a rough spot with nothing in the inventory.
Not a single thing. Not a single thing. If you get that DI right, you have time to mine, you have time to get your resources back, you can continue making a comeback. But unfortunately, Yaura didn't let it happen.
Yeah, Toon's whole potential in that last game hinged on whether or not he got the up tilt back air. That's really what that came down to. And he wasn't able to get it. Because you get that up tilt back air, you have center stage, you can recharge, you can snowball, you can set your feet. It just didn't work. Yeah, show me this again.
Yeah, please.
Show me this again.
Let's watch this and get the right pen. So we're in game 3, and just the opening stock is such a statement, right? So we see a back air, the charge shot 52%, and then we get the down smash. All you have to do is cover the recovery. It's too low for minecart to be any good. So you know Elytra's coming in. Let's back that up just a tad. You know Elytra's coming in. And so you set down the spawn drop.
Look at the coverage.
And then you cover the follow-up.
God, the timing on that is so sick. Because as Yaura, if you drop that bomb a little bit later, then it doesn't connect. But if you drop the bomb too early, the down air still does connect. So it's a great coverage thing, and that is the best possible outcome for that. It wasn't necessarily a stock take right away, but you're getting damage regardless, and Yaura got the best option. Yaura got 777s on that.
I love that. It's such a clear, in